Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join us this Tuesday, January 25th morning. The days are getting longer, and hopefully soon spring will be here. At Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you become your best self and to bring you to financial abundance by teaching you how to currency trade with our super accurate proprietary indicators and our best in the business one-on-one training. We are so confident in how well our indicators perform and our ability to train you that we will let you trade company money, and eventually you'll have the opportunity to trade $100,000, keeping 80% of what you make. So with that, let's take a look or get into trading. On this trade, with our indicators, we have, there's probably a dozen different signals off of these indicators, these charts that we're looking at right now. On this trade, I focus primarily on two of the different signals. First one is something called the 10-point trade, which basically tries to get the lines all to line up in a certain direction. And when they do, that is a good trade. And the second is something called the thick orange line trade, which typically we take right before the top of the hour and try to get a little bounce off the signal if certain things are showing. So we will do both of those. As most of you know, I like to trade off of a daily trade routine. First thing, always check that the charts are connected to the internet and that we're live. And the way I do that is I look up here on the corner of the green chart to see that this is green, and I look down here at the bottom of the chart to see that this is green. And oh, you know what? Oops. Thank you for reminding me, because I'd get yelled at if we hadn't done that. So let's do that right now. I am supposed to play the disclosure before we get too far into it. So let's do that real quick.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange and futures trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
Oh my, that guy's kind of negative. I don't like him, but sometimes we have to deal with people we don't like. So while I am thinking about it real quick, we have this training. We also have a bunch of other trainings that you can attend until you become proficient. I would recommend attending as many as you can. This yellow chart here is what's made available to lights. Lights are people doing our trial. What's down here in the green and purple is what is available for members. But we've got a variety of training and live trade opportunities just like this one, where somebody comes online, reviews does their analysis and recommends a trade. Historically, we are very positive on how many pips a week we net. So this is something that is worth your while. And let's see here. How do I There we go. So we'll minimize this, and then let's go back to where we were talking about before on the checklist. So I like to make sure we're live. One of the nice features about the chart is you can go back in time. So by clicking down here on the bottom left corner of any of the chart, I can go back in time. Why would I go back in time? Is because I want to test the signal. So I can go through, test the signal, and without trading on the live market, I can run through a bunch more trades much quicker than I can for waiting for the signal to come up. So if I pull it back to a certain time, I can then look for the signal. When I see the signal, I can mark it and then see if it would have won or not to increase my proficiency. So this is live. Let's make sure our CoinEx is live. And I know our CoinEx is live if I see the price moving. And oh, there we go. And the price is moving up here. So we are live on our price movements. A good habit to get into is at the end of the day is to review what you've done during that day, the wins, the losses. As a new trader, it is worthwhile, in my opinion, to grab a screenshot whenever you take a trade. And that screenshot helps us to evaluate what you were looking at and what might have been, why the trade might not have gone the way you expected it to go. So we can give feedback on that. Last week, and I didn't take a screenshot, but last week we took two trades. One was a thick orange line trade on the Swiss franc yen, and then we took a 5-point thick orange line trade on the pound dollar. Both trades closed profitably. I did not take the screenshot to see what we're looking at. I will try to do that today if I remember it. I get so busy doing the trade I kind of forget, but let's go back. Next thing is I want to know what news is going on for the day. We are technical traders. News is considered, when people trade off the news, that is considered fundamental analysis. When you're a fundamental trader, you are going to anticipate what the news is saying or what it might say and how that's going to impact the currency. We don't do that. There are several sources to get news feeds. The one I like is Forex Factory. Forex Factory breaks news items down into yellow, which is low impact, orange, which is medium impact, and red, which is high impact. On the high impact items, we want to stay out of the market when those happen. So usually I try not to trade 2 or 3 hours, get into a trade that involves that currency pair, 2 to 3 hours beforehand, so I'm not holding something when the news hits. Some also argue that if you have a bunch of oranges all clumped together, a bunch of oranges equal a red, you should stay out of that. Today we have pretty clear sailing until tonight, where there's some CPI news on the Australian dollar. So we got nothing to worry about. We've got clear sailing all the way. So nothing I have to worry about. So now I am going to start my technical analysis. So let's do that. So what I am looking at right now is what I call our composite chart. It's got 6 different currency pairs, all on an hour chart. My setups start off of an hour chart with this trade. This is going to be the 10-point trade, and where I start is I look to my this middle chart here, which we call the majors and minors. The red and green lines are major indicators. The black and gray are minor indicators. This blue line is the overbought line. This red line is the oversold line. So when we are, I am looking for a situation where we either overbought or oversold, like over here on the US Canadian. And then if we're overbought or oversold, I want all of these arrows, all of these lines pointing down. So I am, when we're overbought, I'm expecting the market to turn around and start coming down, but I need the right timing. And I get that right timing when I see these lines start to turn down. I do not like to take a buy trade when the lines are going up. This is telling me it's going up, but I don't know how much more up there is in the move. So I'd rather take a higher percentage trade when it's about to move down and go down through the channel. So if you look over here, I could have got the Australian dollar when these two crossed and started going up. I could have run this up. Let's see. I could have run this up if I had caught it. 30 pips. Let me just take a look here. I don't want the time on there. All right. So we're overbought going up. Euro dollar overbought going up. Pound dollar overbought going up. US Canadian dollar oversold going down. Dollar Swiss franc oversold in the channel, going down pretty steeply. Dollar yen in the channel going down pretty steeply. So all of these are US based. So I'm seeing just little variations off of this. So I am going to, we got nothing here. So let's go to our next pair of 6. These are primarily non-US pairs. So euro pound oversold going down, nothing. Australian dollar yen overbought, still it's kind of starting to go sideways, but it's not going down. Euro Canadian sold, going sideways. It's just starting to turn up, but not enough for my liking. Australian New Zealand dollar oversold. Minors are going up, majors are going sideways, so nothing there. New Zealand US dollar overbought, going up. Australian Canadian dollar oversold and going sideways. So 12 pairs, we got nothing so far. Let's go to our third chart. Australian Canadian dollar overbought, sideways. Yen, Swiss franc yen. We're just reaching overbought, going up. Euro yen overbought going up. Australian pound oversold, just about oversold. Miners are still in the channel. I kind of get a sideways here, so nothing. New Zealand Swiss franc overbought, sideways, nothing. And Canadian Swiss franc, we have the majors were overbought. We got the majors coming down, but the minors aren't. I want everybody pointed down and double crossed like this, where red's crossing over and black's crossing over. So I don't have enough of a signal. I want all 3 points. Overbought. It's overbought. I want the lines, all of them pointed down and all double crossed. I don't have it. Once I have that, then I do a little bit more analysis. But we've just gone through 18 pairs and we saw nothing. So we might not have a trade this morning. Let me take a look on. Let me take a look at. Let's see if we have a 5-point trade. The 5-point trade is still a little early to take. We want to take it when there's about less than 5 minutes on the top of the hour. Right now, we got 15 minutes left at the top of the hour. On the this is the thick orange line trade. So now this is a different signal. We're looking at different lines. On this, I want to see what the thick orange line is doing. And this number is associated with the thick orange line. And the scale on the thick orange line is that it goes between 0 and minus 100. So when it is way up at the top at 0, what that's telling us is that there's no more up in the movement. So it's about to come down. But to be a good currency trader, we don't want to just rely on one piece of information to take the trade. We want to have that high accuracy rate, and that accuracy rate should be between 80 and 90%. I'm about 82%. So I want something that confirms that this is indeed kind of maxed out and ready to come down. So what I'm going to look at is if this is either 0 or minus 100, or within 10 points of 0 or minus 100, and it's at minus 5. If I see this, then I want to take a look at my majors and minors, and I want them to be clearly overbought, like well above the line, and they are here. So this is a prospective. This is a prospective trade, the AUD USD, and we have tested this trade. It is accurate about 90% of the time, and it is always worth 5 pips. So when it gets to the top of the hour, there's going to be a little bounce. It's going to pull back, and we're going to grab the 5 pips off of that. So right now, this looks like a good trade to me, but it's still a little too early to tell. It's still a little too early to take. I want to wait right till the top of the hour and take it. Euro dollar minus 25. That is neither 0 or minus 100. Pound dollar minus 4.5. Minus 4.5 is within 10 of 0. So I've got condition 1, and I have condition 2. All 4 lines. So we've got 2. Great Britain pound, USD. So that's a sell. Canadian USD minus 75 isn't close enough to 0 or minus 100. Minus dollar Swiss franc minus 58 isn't close enough to 0 or minus 100. Dollar yen, we're at minus 89, which is very close. It's 11, but let's take a look where our majors and minors are. I would want these lines to be well below the red line, and they're not. So I don't have both parts of the signal, and we have one part of the signal. Let's go on, see what else we've got. Minus 87 isn't close enough. Minus 16 isn't close enough. Minus 42 isn't close enough on the Euro Canadian. Australian New Zealand minus 5 is a yes, within 10. But if I look at my majors and minors, they're oversold. I want them overbought. I want everybody up here, because when they're up here, that's telling me when it's overbought, that's telling me it should be coming back down. Minus 23, no. Minus 77, no. So Australian Canadian minus 8, yes, within 10. And I am well above the blue line, the overbought line, so I like this. So Australian Canadian, and that's a sell. Swiss franc yen minus 58, no. Euro pound minus 41, no. Pound Australian dollar minus 46, no. Swiss franc New Zealand minus 31, no. So it was CAD Swiss franc minus 36. So we had nothing on the 10-point trades that I wanted to take, but we did see 3 thick orange line trades. Usually I want to be within 5 minutes of the end of the hour before I take this. So we're going to wait another couple minutes. While we are waiting, any questions? Any questions? Actually, I'm going to pull up the charts so that I've got them all set up. So Australian, Canadian. So to open a new chart, file, new chart. Australian, not there. Australian, Canadian, not there. Australian, Canadian, there. And so we've got that chart ready. We need the pound dollar, which we have this chart ready. And what was the third one? Australian US dollar. I'm going to put them all together. Australian US dollar. I am going to open that chart. New chart. AUD/USD. And we'll make this one. I like to have them different colors. And I'm going to get rid of the ones that we're not using so I don't get confused. All right, so I got all the charts set. A new order, Australian dollar. My lot size is going to be a function of how much I have in my account. And our recommended money management is that you should be taking a lot size. They call it 1%, but it's technically not 1%, but I want to move this decimal place over 4 spots. So if I got $8,400 in the account, this is a demo account, by the way, I would take a 0.84 lot size. So new order, put in 0.84. And it is going to be a market execution. Let's see how much time we have left. Which pair were we looking at? Australian USD. So Australian USD. Yes, yes, yes. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and take it. We got 6 minutes left, so that's okay. Sell by market. So 0.84 my volume. Check my symbol. It's a market execution. Sell by market. Records it down here. I click on it anywhere. It highlights it in blue. I am going to right click, go to modify, and then I want to put my stop loss and take profit in. So on this trade, this is good for 5 pips. 5 pips equals 50 points. And when I click the little blue button here, if I put this number here and I click the little blue button, it calculates what the take profit should be. On this trade, it is good 9 out of 10 times. So we are going to use a 4-to-1 stop loss. So if I win 9 of these trades, I would have gotten 45 pips. And if I lose 1, we are going to put at a 4-to-1. I'm going to put a 20 pip stop loss on it. So if I lose one, I lose 20. So I made 45, I lose 20. I am 25 ahead at the end of the day. So the only other thing I like to check is make sure I get my full 5 pips. So if I'm at 77.14, I would go to 77.09. So that's good. I'm going to go ahead and take that. Let's go to the next one, which was pound dollar. Pound dollar. Again, let's double check the signal before we take it. -3. Everybody's up here, so the signal's still good. I'm going to go ahead and take that. So new order. Symbol's right. Volume is right. Market execution, sell. Now I'm going to go put in my stop loss and take profit. So I click anywhere along the line. I right click, then I go to modify, and I am going to tell it the same parameters. It remembers what I did last time. 5 pips for take profit, 200 pips for a stop loss. I just want to make sure I get my full 5 pips. So I'm at 36.71. So I'm going to go to 36.66. 36.66. And now we will go to the third one, Auto Canadian. Now, normally, I'm going to kind of break protocol here. The protocol is if I am taking trades and I'm doing this lot size, that's 1% of the account. So I'm moving the decimal place over 4 spots. I can have 2 open trades at a time, and I have 2 open trades at a time, and that keeps my margin at 942%. I want to always have this margin above 100,000%. So I am just a fraction below it. So theoretically, I shouldn't be taking another trade. I am taking another trade today because we're doing instruction, but normally I don't want this number to be below 1,000. And taking 2 trades using that 1% rule puts me right around that 1,000. So I am only going to take another trade just so we can see that the accuracy of the indicator. So with that, let's go back. We had the Australian Canadian. Let's just make sure the signal is still good. We got 2 minutes left. It was where was Australian Canadian? Was over here. -8. Everybody's up. So I'm going to go ahead and take this trade. New order. Auto Canadian. Volume's okay. It's going to be market execution. And it was a sell. And now I am going to right click on it. Then I'm going to go to modify, and I'm going to put in my stop loss and take profit. Again, 50, 200. We always do this at a 4-to-1 based on what the winning accuracy is on this trade. And this trade has been tested. It's very, very reliable. And then I just want to make sure I get my full 5 pips. So I'm at 98.16. So I should go to 98.11. 98.11.5 to get my full 5 pips. And all 3 trades are in there. Now, the other thing some traders like to do on this trade, and you can see my stop loss is up here. My take profit is here. And I can make it so that I can see all 3 of these by doing this. We don't want I'm going to minimize this. If I click this little guy, he puts all 3 of them up there so I can see them all at the same time. Some traders on this trade like to actually wait right till the top of the hour We've got 27 seconds left to the top of the hour, and they want to see this number, the -7, change by 10. So it would go to -17 or more. So since we are at the top of the hour, let's just use our pants and suspenders and see if it does indeed change. I am comfortable enough that when these lines are up here, that supports this enough where I don't have to wait till the top of the hour. All right, so we got the big jump here to -23. Let's look at the other ones. -44. And this guy didn't jump too much. The pound, he was at the top of the hour. He was at -3. And I did that. I just clicked here to go back an hour. So at the top of the hour, he was -3.6. You can see it's red down here if I go back forward. Oops. -11. So he only moved about 8. Ideally, I want him to move 10. So we took 3 trades this morning, all thick orange line trades, one on the pound dollar, one on the Australian CAD, and one on the Australian dollar. We are going to I would expect these trades to close between the next within the next hour to 3. So just be patient, and we should see all 3 of these close out. All right, that is it for today. Let's see, there's a question. I'm new to this. I just wanted to confirm we're looking for them to be overbought as one of the requirements for deciding a good trade. Yes, overbought or oversold. And then we're going to try to ride it down through the other through the channel when it turns. So all right, so we got 3 trades. Hopefully by tonight they will have all turned, and we'll be in a good spot. All right, thanks for being here. Any questions? We're here to help. Reach out, and we will, we'll give you the direction that you need. Thanks. Bye-bye.